offensively as skilled as any big man in the country, but that's a tough shot.
Here's Jones from Minneapolis. Heisey down low. Jackson is there. A bump, a lean, and a deuce.
In particular, has had looks that he needs to knock down.
Heisey gets it, and we are underway.
Let's not forget, they're playing without their number 2 scorer in Dishon Gilbert. That leaves them with one less weapon.
Groin injury. Tried to give it a play late in the season, just did not answer. And across the lane, Jackson for 2, and that's a good way to start. Momcilovic into the smaller Murray. Jackson's got the rebound. He's got size, and he can score. For the inbound.
They're shooting 60% from 3. Shooting 78% from the floor here to open the second half.
Jefferson. And Jones, boy, he's hounded by Padula. He has to throw it back to Jefferson. Cross court, Heisey. Inside, Jackson. That was nice.
Sure do. I mean, look, they've got to take care of the ball, and they've got to make threes, and then they're going to have to find some way to limit Iowa State down at this end, but that's not going to be easy.
5 threes made so far inside. They get it to go.
Yeah, it wasn't the good open look that they hoped to get. Jackson was right up on that.
How about this? Largest halftime lead in school history in this tournament that this Iowa State team seems to be perennially in. The drive here by Jackson into Williams.
Tip wouldn't go, and eventually Dishon Jackson pulls down the rebound over Cato.
Great matchup here, Mag and Jones. Mag is a stopper.
Jackson off the feed from Jones.
His body like that.
Last season averaged 11 points a game. This year at 17 a game. And Jones kick out. Momcilovic swings to Heisey, and they turn it over. And BYU turns it right back over. Inside, Jackson going to work, and one! And Curtis Jones back in there. Iowa State leading by 6. Inside, Jackson off the glass and in. Jones being harassed. Jones, a triple. In and out. Offensive rebound. And the bucket for Dishon. Jones up and under. Couldn't spin it home. Jackson puts it in. And Kelderman at the basket. And that one is put in by
Bandego a lot this half with 2 fouls.
Jackson handoff to Gilbert. Gilbert flips it back. And now Jackson against Bandego. And that rattles home.
A lot of young guards, John, shy away. He makes you guard him and forces fouls.
Heisey able to get it in to Dishon Jackson. So now 3 on James, 3 on Bandego, 3 on Mitchell, 2 for bounds. Jones at the basket. And that one put home. Jizzle James on the move into the paint. And just kind of chucked it up at the rim. Wasn't able to hit. Feed inside. Jackson, the easy 2.
I'll tell you.
Get a bye. Finish in the 9th spot. A loss, and they would definitely be playing on Tuesday to start the Big 12 tournament just down the road in Kansas City. Jackson, yes.
He's done an incredible job there.
So happy to have the Lappy with us here in Manhattan. And Coach, congratulations. I know you've been working hard all season to put together the Lappy Awards, and I think
is doing a number in the paint. Dishon Jackson, Joshua Jefferson, Chatfield. There's another one.
Jackson connects. 7. That's the 13th turnover today for the Wildcats. And Jerome Tang is giving the officials an earful.
Yeah, we're getting a little different look, as you said today, Andrew.
Yeah, this is unique. We are normally on the opposite side of the bench from the benches, but here as Jackson throws it down, the coaches are right in front of us, and we can see that Jerome
by at the Big 12 tournament. And a couple of top 25 teams.
Yeah, both of these teams heading to the NCAA tournament. They're playing for high NCAA seeds as well. Nice.
Bounce pass inside of the stuff for Jackson.
In the response after that challenge to them during practice this week, we said we can't just rely on the fact that that ball is still going to be able to drop from outside. I want some more of our offense to come off of our defense.
Yeah, that is really the hallmark of this team. Up and under. And
gets in the middle. Well, I don't know. We'll see. But there, that somehow came out. Jackson back up scores. Who drives and lays it in and scores, and that's what the Cowboys do well, kind of scoring in that transition game.
Yeah, that was really good spacing. And Dean just let the play develop, didn't drive it and get too deep, allowed Thompson time to run that lane.
Now Newman has gone down after a collision with Heisey, and that gives them numbers. And with the ball moved
on him, and he can back him down if he wants to. Jackson over Tugler. Got it back and finishes.
Baseline, hand in your face, you take the bump. This is what he's built for. He is so good at that mid-range game.
Good fight by Colorado as they claw their way back within 10, but not for long. AJ. You talk about these guards, it's just a complete buy-in. You know, the commitment, not just on the offensive end, but the defensive end. And then for the opposition, it's just so darn difficult to replicate and in practice to prepare you for the physicality that Iowa State unleashes. Colorado switching up their D look. Extra pass inside. Jefferson so good at that.
At least the expansion, adding the former Big 12 members. Houston leading the way as the Cougars did a year ago, winning the regular season by 2 games last year. They're ahead by multiple games now, still in contention for a win.
All year for TJ Otzelberger.
Corner 3. And a good look for Dane Thomas for the rebound grab by Iowa State. And here comes Keyshawn Gilbert. Dishon Jackson leads in.
James and Day Thomas are mid-range demons.
Kind of a lost art.
Well, and it's a shot that the analytics tell you that you're willing to live with. But those two shoot it at such a high percentage. And they're not as good finishing at the basket, Roxy.
At the basket, Dishon Jackson finishes.
Jefferson comes up a little bit gimpy with that left knee. Something to keep an eye on. Number 2 in Cardinal Red. Dishon Jackson.
Iowa State can get the basketball back down the floor so quickly. I mean, that ball was across half court with 4 seconds.
In the corner. And there's Mustafa Chop, goal of the night. Double digits in each of his last 5, but the freshman held to just 4 against that ferocious Cyclones D tonight. Jackson, right down University.
There'll be no third opportunity.
And when you're playing TCU, that's the type of style you're going to have to play. They're physical and tough inside as well.
Get it down low to Jack. Get out in transition a little more.
Have to. Because, again, we talked about their struggles on the offensive end of the floor. And the best way to beat Iowa State down the floor is just beat their defense before it sets up.
After all that, Gilbert keeps possession for Iowa State. Shot clock at 4. And clearing space, Dishon Jackson knocked the 6th of this first half. Floater off the pocket pass to Punch. Jones feeds Momcilovic, who started this game. Missed his first 2 shots, now back in, and Jackson gets low again. And right now they just can't stop it. Reynolds back to Ouellette. That's a 3. Wenzel off the heel. Rebound into the arms. Taman Lipsey. Ouellette must get in the way there. Jefferson, but it rolled right to Jackson, and that's TCU's.
We've seen Iowa State use quite a bit in the first half. They had a couple of turnovers on it early.
And the kick to the open three did not draw iron for punch. Gilbert floater down low. Jackson can't be stopped down there.
They've both been nicked up recently.
There's Jefferson, left hand, overshot it. Jackson collects and puts it in. Contact and puts it in.
Good fortune right there. Good job by Griffin. Johnny on the spot.
KJ Adams now a 1,000 point scorer, 1,001 points in his career. The kid from Austin. Inside, good look. Jack. Mayo not able to hit. And Watson the rebound. This one has been all Kansas most of the way. Jackson up and under.
Here he is on the wing. And Joshua Jefferson steal. Good defense from Iowa State. Down the lane, Dishon Jackson had it stripped, got it back.
Watch out, because he's mercurial. Hot and cold, but he could certainly scorch you.
Damon Lipsey handling. As Dishon Jackson goes to work and rolls it home. Jefferson. And a rebound ripped away by Jackson. Working on the smaller Townsend. Jackson inside. Bullies it home. Leading by 5.
Think you know something about toughness playing for Rick Barnes?
Jackson collects and off the glass and in with that left.
A first round pick, but he could certainly benefit from being a star here.
Gilbert able to get it to Jackson. Jackson a ball fake. Flips it up and in.
Jackson trying to get that third foul drawn, and he doesn't.
Clones 0 for 3, 3 turnovers on their first 6 possessions. Jones still no. Nice rebound by Jefferson. He's got an advantage. Hands off to his running mate Jackson for their first bucket.
Caused more turnovers right now so far than Iowa State has.
Jackson size advantage on Hansberry. Gets his own miss and puts it back in. And this
swarms to the ball. Their help side is excellent. Feels like that might be the first touch for Hunter Dickinson. And we're almost 4 minutes in, and it's another Kansas turnover. Jackson to the glass and in.
Yeah, with his athleticism, you always felt like he should be a more productive rebounder. And over the last 3, he has really lived up to exactly what you think he should be.
Free throws bring KU back within a point, but not for long. Per game, a nice drive and a finish at the other end by Rylan Griffin, the 6'6 junior who transferred in from Alabama.
Where the ball is moving for Kansas. This is a tough team to make passes against. Great pass.
Again, it's Jefferson. Jackson back to Jones. Lofts it up. Jackson goes and gets it and lays it in. And with no...
He smells out the ball, Rich. It's an instinct that you love a player to see. Knew exactly where that miss was coming.
10 points, 3 boards in the early going for JT Toppin. Both his older brothers, Obi and Jacob, playing in the NBA. With 6 on the shot clock, Dishon Jackson goes to work. Here's McMillan. Inside the arc. And the weak side rebound to Heisey.
I think during the season there's times that this group on the floor with Heisey and Chatfield and Jones might even be their best lineup. Nice Jones.
Extra pass and it's paid off.
Curtis Jackson, star who found him at a very young age, and he has a lot of mentors, a lot of people helping.
Here's a lob out of a timeout, and that's the 3rd time today that they've got.
People are taken away when they can at 3-point line. He's made some really good drives lately.
It's a big reason why he's shooting over 58% from the field. Inside, Jackson. This is where Iowa State makes their head.
Dropping it big time.
Scott Drew's playing with a short bench, just 2 men off the bench, and he's got some foul issues, and I'm sure he has had to get creative at halftime.
This is the guy's got to get more touches, Jefferson, particularly inside.
Lipsy did not score in that first half. There you go. A little high-low, Jackson turning and scoring.
Too powerful inside.
Iowa State, another offensive rebound, and points off of it. Coaches like to talk about the last 2 or 3 minutes of a half and the first 2 or 3 minutes of the second half. And Iowa State erased a 4-point lead with an 18-8 run to close the first half. And here they've opened up the second half on a nice run, and they have a 10-point lead. Well, that's almost an assist to yourself. Jackson.
What a change as opposed to the first meeting when there were 40% total for the game.
Momcilovic the miss and the putback.
Hobbs, Lawson, Thomas, Simpkins, and Akatobi. No Winston Tabbs, leading scorer. He's out with a nagging set of injuries.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk on that a little bit today as the game goes.
Oh, Dishon Jackson. Hello.
Yeah, bad passes. They have no problems doing that. And again, we talk about versatility. Iowa State has that with their bigs.
Lipsy to Jefferson. Shot fake, kicks it. Jackson with the slam.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny
backs the shot for the offensive rebound by Simpkins.
Yeah, and offensive rebounds by Morgan State. They've been pretty good at that today.
Dishon Gilbert. Finds Curtis Jones. Lipsy to Gilbert. Jones drives, spins, great pass. Jackson!
Break. White down the lane, the floater short. Jefferson with the board.
Omaha is fearless. They've been tested at a very high level.
Jefferson dumps it off to Jackson. Jackson off the glass.
Points to not just the transfers, but Iowa State has never had a big man like Joshua Jefferson who can initiate the break. That's a huge piece to why their fast break offense has been elite.
I told Jefferson, we need you to do more offensively. We need to trust your playmaking. He came from a St. Mary's system that had a pretty scripted offense, as we see.
Passing going side to side. Iowa State likes to freeze you on one side of the floor.
And a great second half despite that loss in Ann Arbor.
Ooh, he steps, I thought.
And that's where the Iowa fans felt as well that the Gilbert, man, he's got options. So does this guy. He's been a three-point weapon. Not this time. Offensive rebound comes down to Jefferson. In the paint, no.
That's their game, though. Chase it. Well, you got to do a better job.
And the first two for Traore. Jackson lowers the shoulder and scores off the glass.
Oh, nobody at home.
It's 3 games. Josh Dixie has been a weapon. Dealt with a right wrist injury earlier in the year. Missed the game against Ryder.
Nice pass. So solid, Jefferson.
Corner.
Just a little tardy on the closeout.
Sanford now with 10.
Here he goes. What are you going to do? Stunt? If he overhelps, that's what's going to happen.
No look, bounce pass again, sets up Jackson.
Now it's action.
Lipsy up top for the lead. Jackson the putback to tie it. Good. Evo Wilson for Jackson State. We're underway as Iowa State wins the tip. Starters for the Cyclones: Lipsy, Gilbert, Jefferson, Momcilovic, and Jackson. Dishon Gilbert, the team in Lipsy. Lipsy back to Gilbert. Iowa State swinging the ball around. Great start as Jackson. Really impressive freshman.
No doubt. The guy we talked about in the pregame, and comes out, hits a 3 and a big 3 just to calm their nerves a little bit after the 7-0 start.
Jackson, great touch.
The cancer's going down because of early detection.
Serena finishes a 3-point play. Jackson back in, and Jackson with the quick bucket.
Couldn't quite get it. $1 million move, 25-cent finish, but he's going to get those, and he gets another one.
Back-to-back steals for Heisey. This one he pulls back out. Lipsy with the crossover. Leaves it for Jackson. There's the finger roll and the foul.
It's the baseline.
3 on the shot clock. Lipsy floats it up, in and out. Offensive rebound by Dishon Jackson. Hamilton from beyond the arc, no good. Jones in transition. And one opportunity for the...
Yeah, but then they're so active with their hands, they cause a lot of chaos.
2.6 on the shot clock. Jackson!
Seconds to go on the clock, you're living with it.
And Jefferson clears again. Dishon Jackson, 12 for his last 16 from the field. Make it 13 for his last
year as the head coach, and they have had a couple, and there have been so many hard-fought last possession games already in this team offense. Jones is into some traffic. Nice kick outside, but Lipsy can't knock down the three. But the weak side foul.
And it doesn't expend a whole lot of energy with the officials.
Well, there's a lot of energy coming from the fan base, that's for sure. You know this very well. Obviously, TJ Otzelberger knows this better than anybody. But Ames, Hilton Magic, you've been there, I've been there, although I haven't been there in many years, would love to go back. I mean, it is a special place. You want to talk about a building that just can explode and help the home team. Hilton Coliseum is it. Hilton.
Nice response by Colorado. Couple stops, couple scores.
Hammond has had a great tournament. 15, 16, and now 18 points in this game. Jackson, a much bulkier guy than Jobe, and he will use his strength to his...
Dorado, Owen Short, Jamel Spearman. And here we are, playing basketball once again. Day 2 of the Maui Invitational. The emotional pick-me-up that was required for these two teams here. How do you think that went, as these squads have to have that quick turnaround after the losses yesterday, as the nice move is put best plus-minus for Iowa State? 6 points, 2 assists, 2 steals yesterday.
Yeah, Lipsy taking a shot there. Unable.
3 of those in the loss to the Tar Heels last night.
Expect to see Enoch Cheeks be a little more aggressive in this game. He allowed his teammates to get him involved yesterday. He has to do more on his own to make himself have more of an impact on the game.
Good ball movement. Now Gilbert surveying the floor, picks up the dribble with 5 seconds. They get it into Jackson again, and so far it is the Dishon.
Santos had any contact on that one.
Jackson, the hard drive, picks up the dribble, and they repost him. Turns into a double team. It came over years, 1 at Butler, 3 at St. John's prior to matriculating to Dayton. What a catch there by Jackson, and then everybody cleared in all of college basketball.
But a different year for Janai Broome. He actually starts at the 4 now, was a center the majority of his career, but now playing the 4 with Dylan Cardwell at the 5 spot. Janai talked about the role, how different it was for him on the defensive end.
Meanwhile, Dishon Jackson
for Auburn. Not that they're inexperienced basketball players, as we see another turnover, but they're inexperienced at Auburn.
Oh, Lipsy.
As they come in for Good and Brown. Jefferson, the dump down to Jackson on the right block. What a power move.
Making that extra pass just like there. Just not able to get it to go down. It's almost on cue.
Dishon Jackson.
Here's the lob inside to Jackson, who will finish. Up to the top, looking to work it in. Jefferson. Jackson will clean it up.
And just what we talked about, Jefferson will go against Jackson. The drive, the floater, and the rebound to Jackson.
Good drive by Cobb. Couldn't quite finish it, but they got to get back on defense because Iowa State will attack you quick.
Jones caught up in the paint. Now Gilbert trying to work free. Lipsy, still plenty of time on the shot clock. Here's Jackson, spins hard to his right. And the big guy able to get it more intricate with plays. And right now they're giving Iowa State some fits here in the early going. Is that three off the mark? Lipsy with the rebound behind the back pass. Jackson finishes it.
Let's get our feet set, and now that'll start to play.
Petty averaging double figures last year and this year, and now he has 2 points 20-plus minutes into this contest. Lipsy with the lob to Jackson, and oh, the rim is hurting.
Shot clock down to 7. Iowa State showing some patience. Lipsy fires long on the 3-ball. The offensive rebound is put back by Dishon.
Mississippi Valley State, just to get a basket under their belt, know that they can put the ball there, know they can get the ball to the rim. So that's big for them as they come back and try to play the zone against Iowa State and make them use some clock. Hopefully get them to stand around a little bit and not attack the basket like we know Iowa State is capable of.
Skretic with the first basket. Big screen that time set by Jackson. Curtis Jones works it inside and going to the rim. Time the official John St. Clair right there to see the call right in front of the Iowa State bench. Turnover number 12 against Mississippi Valley State in the first half. Lipsy feeds Dishon Jackson. Jackson against a shorter player scores.